Hey everybody, it's Delta for Paw Productions. Gonna do another sit down in front of the camera kind of talk today. Gonna talk about OPSEC. Yeah, see, it's a topic that everybody's heard about, I'm sure. You've probably seen other videos from other YouTubers and stuff sitting around on their front of their camera, just like I am now, talking about OPSEC and all the bad things about it and all the good things about it and everything like that. The reason why I wanted to talk about it is mostly because of basically the last couple of weeks, ever since the Nat Geo show came out. There's been a lot of talk about it, you know, ridicule about the people on the show and their, you know, lack of it or non-existence of OPSEC. And well, just wanted to talk about it. I did like a little rant the other day about common sense, and I think OPSEC is one of those things that kind of falls into common sense as well. For example, you know, it's pretty common sense that you don't go to your doctor or to a police officer or to your kid's teacher or to a lawyer or a judge or somebody else that's not probably, you know, a normal somebody with a normal profession that's not in an authoritative position. Let me get that right. And tell them off the wall stuff like, I'm going to go hang out at the bell tower, make a noise or something, or, you know, you might as well just let me jump off a cliff, or whatever you want to say, any type of threats to your own personal well-being to these people, even tongue-in-cheek, as we can see with the Nat Geo fame and fortune that's been brought on by some, and I think it's kind of funny. I'm not going to say who, but I'm pretty sure there's a lot of you watching this and know who I'm talking about. And honestly, you know, somebody broke OPSEC 101, and what's really sad is the amount of people that are running to this person's defense because of that. Now, of course, I expect people to be upset for me for bringing that up, but it's true. It's like if you told me, hey, Delta, don't go stick your hand in that bucket full of pit vipers, because if you do, you may get bit and have to go to the hospital and maybe die. And I go, it's just a bucket full of pit vipers. Here, let me just stick my hand in there, you know, and oh, I got bit. Geez, anybody want to help me with my, you know, rising medical cost or my funeral, or somebody want to help supplement my wife's income for the rest of her life now that I'm dead because I didn't listen about sticking my hand in a bucket full of freaking pit vipers? Now, it's a little bit of elaborate kind of example, but the point is, it's like common sense. Don't run your mouth. You know, loose lips sink ships, people. And granted, right now there's probably somebody going, well, Delta, you're breaking OPSEC right now because you're standing in front of the computer, the camera, and your face is on the air. Well, I look at it this way. There's a point when you're out in front of everybody doing stuff like this. I mean, through all the campouts and meet and greets here in the Southeast I've been to, I've met thousands of people in the last like 10 years. So people know who I am, and I'm pretty sure if there was some tinfoil, you know, Alex Jones type conspiracy that the NWO is listening to me right now, that, you know, I'm on some list, you know, then more than likely I probably am. I mean, I have my own suspicions as it is, because whenever I seem to travel, especially if I cross the border, guess what? I get looked at. I get asked. I get the extra pat down, you know, while everybody else gets slided by. You know, that's just what it is. You know, I'm also a firearms owner like everybody else. So, of course, I look at it as like, because of who I am and what I do, there's a certain risk that's calculated into my lifestyle. So, OPSEC, that's the other thing too, is that I practice a lot of it when it comes to dealing with people. There's going to be a lot of people that have started to become more prepared, and kind of like what I like to think is like they're just dipping their toes. They're about cap high in the survivalist river, you know, and most of those people seem to fall into this prepper category, which of course everybody's going to get mad at me for saying something like that, but I don't care. A lot of people are saying that, you know, oh, prepper is a friend, when you know, it's a friendly word. It's not the mean, dirty survivalist word. So it makes it easier for me to use the term prepper when I'm talking to coworkers, to family, to neighbors, you know, because preppers don't just want to live in the bunker, supposedly. They want to be able to help rebuild their community. And that's that's wonderful. That's what most good-natured, people that want to do good are going to do when a disaster happens. They're going to reach out and help their neighbors. That's what a lot of people do. I don't think it has anything to do with if you're a survivalist, a prepper, or an NWO stormtrooper. The thing is, it's not an easy topic to bring up with people. So you have to tread water more or less real lightly. And OPSEC, when you're talking with people, you don't go right up to your neighbor and say, "Hey, Bob, do you want to go buy 2,000 rounds of 223 and 6 ARs, and let's go pack about 30 buckets full of rice. And by the way, here's my prep room," and you bring them into your garage and you show them all your MREs and your 2 moly packs that you just bought off the internet, packed full of all your gear that you bought from Walmart. Look at my Bob and everything like that, and freak the guy out. You don't do that. OPSEC. There's going to be people that are thinking, well, how do I approach people? How do I tell them, or how do I network with people if I don't know, if I can't? How do I breach that subject with them? And it's pretty easy. It's like, as you get to know people, and this is the big thing too, that all kind of plays into it, is being able to trust the people around you, and that's where networking comes in play. And that's also where you're able to start making small bins in your OPSEC, or small in your own personal security plan and everything like that, to be able to bring people into your, it sounds kind of corny, but into your inner circle, more or less, of your personal circle of people that know more about you than the normal person that you're more of an acquaintance with. This is where going to your local campouts, I really don't want to say like the prepper cons that are out there, or these little conferences. I mean, they're good starting points. Don't get me wrong. They're good opportunities, especially for regional stuff, to go ahead and get a face-to-face meet to people. Same thing with most of the forums when they have campouts. I mean, I've been hosting hikes down here in the southeast since around 2003, 2004, and the hikes are a little bit different than a regular campout. And I did that for a reason, to meet people that take the effort to come out and hike 10 to 15 miles over a 2-day period. One, are showing initiative, and two, it gives me an idea of their physical level, their skill bases, and everything like that. Again, that's part of me and how I like to network with people, because I want to see what they have. I don't want talkers. I don't want people who are just going to, like what I'm doing now, talk about how you should have this product right here that they sent me for free swag, and go to my website and buy it because it's the best ever. I don't want people that are just buying stuff. I don't want people that are just using it as an insurance policy. So when you go to these campouts and stuff, you're gonna run into all kinds of people. You're gonna run into people that don't want to talk much at all, besides giving you name and rank and serial number, more or less. And then you're gonna have people that are just gonna really want to run their mouths. And but that's all different people. That's personalities. That's how it is when you're in any type of group situation. Yeah, even if you took 50 strangers from your local mall and shoved them in a conference room, it'd be the same. Sooner or later, people are going to start talking. They're going to start, trying to find out about each other. It's kind of like human nature. Your job, as being somebody who doesn't want everybody to think that you're the freaky camo bunker living survivalist or a prepper, that the water cooler prepper, wearing your gray man outfit, is that you're going to turn around and want to bend and only let out what you want people to know. But anyway, OPSEC is pretty much common sense, guys. I mean, it doesn't need to go on to like certain rules where you can break or bend. You just need to do what's best for your prep plan. For example, what I feel is a personal security risk to me and my family, and how we interact with people that are non-survivalist or non-preppers, may be totally different to y'all that are viewing us. But you need to remember, though, is that everything that you tell people when you're interacting with them, especially with being a survivalist or being a prepper, especially if you're trying to network and trying to bring people in, is that there's going to be people that you're going to let into that little inner circle to know that, oh well, yeah, by the way, Delta, you've got that much food? You've got that much ammo? Wow, he's a fruitcake. I only wanted, 3 days worth of food because that's what FEMA tells us for hurricanes. You have to tread the water. I mean, I'm a perfect example is I ended up being involved with a person. It was an actual coworker, and I bring this up because a lot of prepper stuff over the last couple of years has always talked about, oh, I've got this coworker and he's this and he's that, and basically the first thing I did is invite the guy to one of my hikes. The topics that we talked about at work, he wanted to buy his first gun. He knew that I had, at first it took, and we actually joke about it to this day, that it took Delta 6 months before he even admitted that he even had a gun to the guy, and just really open-ended questions to his answers in a way. It's like I would answer him, but in a way that was so open-ended that he couldn't even figure it out. So we actually joke around about how secret I was, just from not even wanting to tell the guy what type of fire, or my advice on what sort of firearm that he should get for his personal protection at his house. But anyway, topics came up like that. Then he started talking about, he's a really person that's a little bit into some of the more conspiracy type stuff, which is fine. Everybody has, their likes of what they like to talk about and the research. And then when we went to the hikes, he started asking about, water filters, what kind he should get, what type of gear he should get. And through those conversations, it got to the point that it was like, well, you've already got 3 days worth of food for this backpacking trip we're going on. You've got a new wife, you've got a kid on the way, or a child that was just born, and it's kind of like, where do you sit on that? And went back and forth for a while, but it took a couple more months after that. He actually helped me with one of my videos when because he actually found my videos. He was actually online on YouTube searching for survival type stuff, and actually found it. Actually came to work one day joking with me about one of the videos, and actually called me, how's Idaho or something like that. And at that point, yeah, my OPSEC was broken, but I was already in the works of, trying to see where he stood on things because of the types of questions he was asking before he found it out. After that, he packed some food, and to the amount that he felt was suitable for his plans, and that's it. I have no problems with the guy. Now, does he know everything about me, or what my actual plans are, how much I have? No. I have like 2 people like that where they don't know much of anything. They know a little bit. Pretty much they know about as much as what y'all know from watching the videos, which isn't very much. We pack food. I do gear reviews. It's obvious that I backpack and stuff, but that's it. But that's an example of how you're able to maintain it. Going in and saying, well, I want to get everybody on my job to be on board, to be prepared. I know a lot of people are in that whole, I want to get a lot of people ready. I want them to get ready. I want them to get ready. I don't want them to be sheep anymore. It takes time. I mean, look how long our channel's been up. It's been since what, 2007 is when we started it. But I was networking before that. And that this is part of me waking people up, is getting them to think about things, and that's what we all have. That's our, if you want to go that route, that's your responsibility, is to do that. But you're gonna blow your OPSEC out of the water for the most part compared to most people, So when you're dealing with people, use some common sense. It's not it's not rocket science. It's just like packing food. Bucket. Food grade bucket, Mylar bag, O2 absorber, your food, seal it, put it away, and it's done. It's that easy. So common sense. Use it when you're dealing with people out there. Make sure you don't open this and let all that stupidness come out, and then expect and then sit there and scratch your head and wonder why you're sitting at home now having to watch the local sheriff's office come in and empty out all your gun safes, or have you in the the local paper as survivalist ammunition hoard and cache, and thousands of bullets, enough to rain destruction, and on a small continent. Just use common sense, people, and think about it. All right, so that's about as crazy as I'm going to get talking about it. Hopefully it made some people think. you know, as always, thanks for viewing. Send us, you know, questions, requests, whatever y'all want. You know, I'll probably do a couple more videos sitting like this. So, Delta, again, thanks for viewing.